Welcome to KryptoGenex.
We're very excited about what we've been working on, what we have planned, what's coming out, and it is getting even bigger than we even imagined. We have leaders all around the world that's lined up and ready to go. We are just a couple of weeks away from our pre-launch. Our soft launch is for March 15th. So what does that mean for those of you that weren't able to get on earlier and hear what Stephen was saying with our soft launch? What that means is, and it's actually starting right now, we're filling up the genealogy. The early birds, the pinnacles, the founders, they're all going into the system. What you'll be able to see is it's going to be your username .cryptogenex.com. So once you get your link, then you'll be able to send that out to people. So people ask, well, when do I get my link? When do I have access to that? Well, when the company and the programmers give us the okay, which is going to actually starting, it can happen a couple of days before the 15th. It can happen a couple of days after the 15th. So I want to manage expectations here. Remember, we're not even in pre-launch yet. This is the soft launch zone time now, where we're testing the system out. Everything's getting plugged in. So once that starts to happen, you get your link. You'll be good to go. I want everybody to focus on the date of April 1st. That is pre-launch. So you might have your link well before then, but I want you just to be prepared for April 1st. That's go day, when we really start going, locking in, and we're ready to go. So if you get your link before then, great, but they are putting people in the system as we speak right now, already going in, and then when the programmers give us the okay, then you will get your link. If you're already in the system, then you can, as the leaders, then you can start giving your link to your team members and start plugging them in. There will be a holding tank when you put people into the system. So once you put them in, then you'll be able to decide where they're going, whether it's your right or left side of the cryptonary. So don't worry about you got a flood of people coming in, who's going in the right place. You know, it's going to be done where you can be able to have your individuals move where you want them to go. So that's also very, very important. Next up is and how to prepare. Either if you're coming in as a customer or a distributor for $250 and $300, make it a point to have more money in your wallet than $250 and $300. I would advise at least $50 more. It's not going to cost that much more, but we're talking about the fees, transfer fees. So I don't want to have a bunch of people, all they did was put $300 of Bitcoin in their wallet, and by the time they transferred it over, it comes out to $297 or $98. And now they don't have enough. They got to fund their wallet all over again. So make sure you have more than the required amount in your wallet, and you need to teach this to your people. You're going to have a whole lot of people, for the first time ever, they're dealing with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. They're setting up their wallet for the very first time, and they know it costs $300, so they're going to buy $300 worth of Bitcoin. They don't understand the, maybe $1 or $2 of the fee. So teach your people to have more than $300 in their Bitcoin wallet. That's very important. That's going to save you a heartache and pain and time, and people being upset that they didn't get the position that they wanted in your organization because it's taking them too long to get Bitcoin into their account. So that's very, very important that step is done. The next thing you can do is what we've been doing for the last 2 months, is make your list of individuals. Have a list ready to go. People say, well, early on we didn't have any material to share with anybody. All I did was told people, hey, listen, we're launching an education platform that's much needed in this space. We're going to teach you how to earn while you learn. They're also going to be getting ongoing training, live training. So when we go live, we're going to have a special Facebook group that's going to be set up that is members only. So to gain access to this group, you're going to need to provide your ID number. It's not going to be open to the public. In that group, we're going to be having weekly live Facebook Lives on trading. We're going to show you how to trade live, do live trades. We're going to have live education. Some of you may see how I do my crypto talks. We're going to have special speakers coming on, and this is just for members only. It's not open to the public. It's not going to be late night crypto talk or early morning crypto talk. This is KryptoGenex ongoing training. that you're going to get. That part right there is more valuable than everything else that comes with the program, because the laws change constantly. The rules and regulations change constantly. New information is being updated in the crypto space. I mean, not just daily, but hourly. New information is popping up. So it is important that you continue and keep your training ongoing so that you can make informed decisions in the future. Have you ever heard stories of people who say, you know, I started with $100 and they turned that $100 into $1 million? How? Well, that's what the KryptoGenex program is designed to do. It's designed to teach the little guy who doesn't have much resources. You might be a stay-at-home mom. You might be working 2 or 3 jobs. You can make a lot of money with the KryptoGenex program without recruiting anybody, just by taking advantage of the app, setting up your own trading account, the information that you're learning from the KryptoGenex program, and applying it and putting it to work. When I learned education last summer, I took $30 and turned it into $600 in a couple of months. Now, that doesn't guarantee that's what you're going to do. But I just took the knowledge I learned from education and I applied it. And then I took that $600 and I flipped it into other things. So that KryptoGenex program is designed for the little guy all around the world. So next, getting into getting your teams ready to go. What you as leaders should be doing is having private calls. I know some of you big leaders are already doing it. You've got Steven locked up. You've got Mike and Will locked up doing Zoom calls with top leaders around the world. So you can have a list of everybody that you want. I've been making a list since January. My goal is to come out the gate over 100 wide. Even though this is a Cryptonary, you want to go wide. You want to take advantage of the compensation plan, go wide. That check matching bonus is going to be crazy. But now I want to tell you a story. And that's what we're going to lead into, stories, because stories is what's going to build your business. You've heard from all of the founders over the last couple of weeks. You've heard them all tell their story, from Kathy and Jeremy, from Stephen McCullough, from Will, from Mike Boggs, how the company got formed. Now you must develop your story. I'll share a short story from mine, how I had a huge, it was years ago, one of my first big breaks, when we launched. Here's exactly what I did. It was a Friday. I got started in a company at about 6 o'clock, Friday night. 2 hours later, about 8 o'clock, I had a call. It was my first call. I invited over 40 people. Seems kind of silly now, only 40. Out of the 40 that came onto that first presentation, 15 signed up. So think about it. Most of the people that I invited did not join, but 15 signed up on day one. Guess what happened? I automatically became one of the top producers my first day in the business because I signed up 15 people. But I invited 40. Those 15 in the first week turned into a little over 40 in 1 week. The first 30 days, those 40 turned into 115 people. First 30 days. First 60 days, those 140 turned into over 500. And then in 2 weeks after that, we had over 1,000. My point is, less than 90 days, I was over $12,000 a month in income because I had a launch. I didn't tell 2 or 3 people. I launched. And that is nothing compared to what we're doing today. So since we're not, pre-launch is still on April 1st, here's what you want to do. You want to have your people lined up and ready to go. And then you want to work with them. See, one thing my leaders are asking me, Brandon, what do I need to do to maximize the compensation plan? What should be my strategy? What should be my goal? If you're taking advantage of the recruiting factor, and again, this is not a mandatory. We're leading with customers. It's not just all about recruiting. You do not need to recruit to make any money with KryptoGenex. But I am pointing on that feature right now just to show you guys what to do to take advantage of it. So I want to make that point very clear. So you want to have at least bare minimum. Here's what I would do. It's not that you should do it or you must. This is what I would do. I'm telling my leaders, you want to have at least 10 on your left and 10 on your right. And then focus on your inside leg. And you'll understand all of this when you see your genealogy. But that's what when we get to launch, you want to already have those numbers ready. So, Brandon, what should I game for? What should I be doing now? Identify 20 people. Identify 20. I'm coming out the gate 500, but identify 20 people, 10 on your left and 10 on your right, that they've already got their Bitcoin wallet set up. They've already got it funded with more than 300 Bitcoin ready to go. And then you work with them to have their 20 lined up and ready to go. And you work with them to have their 20 lined up and ready to go. By doing this, you're going to explode. I want to piggyback off of what a gentleman named Holton Bugg said. If you've never heard of him, he's one of the top money earners in the world, at one point doing over $2-3 million a month in his company. And when people ask him, how did you have that type of success? What did you do? He said, it's time compression. He said the average networker will only speak to 100 people a year about their business. 100 people a year. What I did was I said, okay, I'm going to speak to 100 people a day. Not a week, not a month, not a year, a day. So people could have the same success I'm having if they're willing to wait 50 years and be consistent. I just did it in 1 year. What might take somebody 50 years to do. Time compression. So what that said is, before we're even in pre-launch, already have it lined up and go. Don't wait till we launch. Okay, yeah, I'm going to go get my 10 or 20 people. Well, I'll wait till we have marketing in place. You don't need any of that, which leads me to the next thing. What should you be saying? How can you market? If we've got all these restrictions where we're not allowing you to talk about percentages because that's enticement, you don't need to say any of that. Here's what I say. And this is a simple, Brandon, give me your 30-second presentation about CryptoGenex. Here's my 30-second presentation about CryptoGenex. I say, number one, that this is the fastest growing industry that the world has ever seen, and it is the greatest economic shift in wealth in human history. But most people have no idea how to take advantage of it. CryptoGenex is here to, number one, get you educated about what cryptocurrency is all about so that you can be informed and confident about this space. Number two, we're going to teach you how to earn while you learn. Are you in or out? We're going to change people's lives worldwide. Are you in or out? That's it. Why would somebody say no? Crypto education. More than 50% of Americans have heard of Bitcoin. Only 5% own any form of cryptocurrency, and only 0.5% even know what cryptocurrency is. So the demand is there. We have the supply for it. People say, well, what's the difference between you and other cryptocurrency or other education companies? Why should I go to you and the others? Because we're doing something very unique. We are holding your hand every single step of the way. We're not just having it in written form, basic generic education. We're doing everything in video form and audio form, and you can read it. So you've got people that's hearing impaired, and that's close to my heart because I also have a hearing impairity. I wear a hearing aid. So I read a lot of stuff. So those that love to read, those that want to be able to listen and be able to see, every training is done in video format. Then we're going to have ongoing live training. Then we're launching an app at the same time. And this app, we'll have another call that's just about the app because you guys are going to be amazed when you see what this thing is able to do. It's going to be also your marketing tool because you'll be able to give the app away for free. We're going to have free lessons on the app so that people can see some of the value that they're going to get if they become a member of CryptoGenex. We're going to be able to send out updates on the app, more than just the alerts itself. It's going to be your go shop for everything CryptoGenex is going to be for your app. That's going to be the huge part. When people pay for money, they want to have something in their hand, something that they can play with, something that they can see and touch. Well, that's what that app is for. Here's another one. I love going through objections because here's one major objection I've been hearing from people. Number one, why should I pay for education when I can go to YouTube and get the same information for free? It's not like you guys are making some stuff up. That sounds like a good question, but at the same time, why do I go and pay to get my car detailed when I can just wash it and detail it myself in my own garage, in my driveway? Quality and time. Do you know if you go to YouTube and try to Google or what is blockchain? Who invented Bitcoin? You'll have hundreds of thousands of stuff that pops up. You don't even know where to begin or where to start. In fact, most people don't even know which questions they should ask to look up. If this is your very first time in Bitcoin, you've never even heard of the term Bollinger Bars. You've never heard of that term before. You've never heard of DLT. You've never heard of Binance. You've never heard of crypto economics. So you don't even know to ask these questions. See, what KryptoGenex is going to do with its 45 lessons is going to take you from one lesson to the next, from basic understanding to more advanced. So now you're going to be exposed to things you didn't even know existed. That's why you pay for it. And it's going to be from a source that you can trust and understand. That's what sets us apart from everybody else. And the education is your 6, 7, and 8-figure knowledge, because the application of this knowledge is what's going to make you all the money in the world and financially free. We don't guarantee anything but knowledge. We can't guarantee you how much money you're going to make, because some of you are going to make 7 figures and 8 figures, while some of you may only make a couple of $100 a month. What we can guarantee you is that whatever your personal goal and desire is financially, it is achievable through this program based on whatever amount of work you're willing to put in. That's the only thing that we can guarantee. The education is there for you. What you do with it is completely up to you. How much money you put in your own trade account is completely up to you. How many trades you decide to take advantage of is completely up to you. How many people you decide to talk to and share this opportunity with, which leads me to another question that people ask me. Brandon, you've been in this industry for 19 years. I mean, we can't be as good as you guys and the top people. How can we talk to people? This is the easiest program you will ever be able to promote. Here's why. Nobody understands Bitcoin and crypto. It is an easy conversation. You ask somebody, hey, are you involved in cryptocurrency? What is that? Because my brother said, what's that? What's that kryptonite? That's what he said. What is it, kryptonite? I said, no. Have you? I know you heard of Bitcoin. I mean, if you want to survive the rest of this century, the blockchain technology is going to disrupt every single major industry in the world. This is something you got to know about. Yeah, we got a program in place that's going to teach you all of that. Here's another simple. It's simple. Every time I do a Facebook Live, or just every day somebody hits my inbox, hey, Brandon, can you tell me more about this Bitcoin stuff? Hey, Brandon, I'm looking into getting in and investing in Bitcoin. What coin should I buy? Where should I go? What wallet should I use? What's this? What's that? And I spend 90% of my time answering people's questions. And if you fall into the trap of answering one question, it leads to 2 or 3 or 4 more. So to save yourself time, you say, you know what? Instead of me answering these questions for you, we got a program in place here called the KryptoGenex program, where it's an education platform that's going to walk you through everything you need to know. Here, I'm doing you a favor, and you're doing yourself a favor because you're saving yourself time, because you point them to the system. So nobody should ever have a problem having a conversation and pointing people to KryptoGenex. That's why this is going to be the fastest thing and the biggest thing you have ever built. Put your focus and attention on the education. Everything else will fall in place. Don't spend all your time trying to break down the comp plan. Once they start going through the education, they will see what the value in everything else is. And I hope I'm making no sense here. I'm very clear on this. And we've been going a long time, because I'll start preaching. I could talk for hours on this. I just want to make sure you guys are prepared, and I also want to manage your expectations. We have not even launched yet. So when that happens, things can happen that we don't see yet. The programmers might find a glitch somewhere. Things may happen that may take a little bit more time. So I want to manage your expectations and expect certain things to take place, and whatever issues happen, they will get corrected. So there's no need to, people to panic on anything. But I'm excited, guys. April 1st is right around the corner. Soft launch of us going into the system is right around the corner. I've had a sneak peek of the marketing system that is fantastic, off the hook. The training programs is top-notch. We're going to have a whole lot of fun. Oh, and I got to bring up, we're going to London. We're taking advantage of the Blockchain Expo in London, April 18th and 19th. That's a Tuesday and Wednesday. Myself, co-owner Will Thietland, other Pinnacle leader Christy and Amos Snoddy, we're all going to be in town. Depending on how many people with KryptoGenex is in London or the area, we'll have a meet and greet. So we're going to, learn a lot at the convention, but then we might have a KryptoGenex meet and greet. Following that Saturday, the 21st, I think it's the 21st, there's going to be a huge event led by Peter Blackwell in Sweden. So myself and Will are flying from London to Sweden for that event. That's going to really launch Europe. We're expecting well over 400 people in that room, if not more, coming in from all over Europe for the Swedish event. Peter Blackwell is our top leader in Europe. So if you have any people in Europe and Sweden, then you definitely want to plug them into that event. We will announce shortly our first United States event, when and where that's going to be so that you can take advantage of. So there's a lot of things are happening, a lot of things to be excited about. Let's start spreading the word, but let's also be careful about what we say. And I want to end on this. It's like the security part of it, the compliance part of it. As you heard Stephen and Mike say, you cannot say we are 100% SEC compliant, because there is no company that's 100% SEC compliant. The closest thing that they can get to that is if a company is selling securities and they register to do so. Well, we're not selling securities, so there is no registering with the SEC. All we can do is register that we're legal to do business in the United States, which we've already done. From that point forward, what our lawyers do is make sure that how we do business is compliant with all current laws in all 50 states in the United States, which we are already doing. Now, laws can change, and what our lawyers are there for is to let us know when these laws change and what we have to do to adapt to meet the changes in the laws. So we will be operating 100% as far as compliant in the USA, but we can't say, and don't go out there saying we're 100% SEC compliant. Because the law can change next week. All of a sudden somebody says, oh, they said they're 100% SEC compliant, and they're not. So we don't want to open ourselves up for that. Other thing that you don't want to talk about is any percentages. Even if it's true. Because even if it's true, it's enticement. Because it might be true for you, but somebody joins based on what you said. They don't do what you did. Therefore, they don't make what you made. They get upset, and they go to the SEC or whatever and start complaining. This company guaranteed me this. We didn't guarantee you anything. It doesn't matter. That's all they have to say. This company guaranteed I didn't make the money. They stole my money, blah, blah, blah. That's all it takes. So we're going to be very strict on making sure on social media and YouTube videos, nobody is showing back office. Nobody is talking about, even if it's true, how much money you made last month. There's no need for any of that. Just stick with the education on your promoting. And all you have to do is look at evidence of other companies out there that have done these things. What happened to them? We don't want to be in that situation at all. Even if true, it doesn't matter. Let's have some fun. We're going to build a monstrous company together, and this is going to be the biggest thing you've ever done. I'm so excited about it. Thank to all of the people behind the scenes, the Core 5, that's who we call the 5 founders. Thank to the Core 5 for putting this system together for all of us. the hard work that they're putting in behind the scenes, the Pinnacle leaders and the founders that's helping putting this all together, and all of you for being patient for the last couple of months waiting for us to get into launch, because you guys wanted us to open the doors yesterday. So thank you for your patience. Let's build this company with class, with professionalism, with respect, and always with the thought that we're here to help the smallest of the smallest person to change their lives. With that, my name is Brandon Ivey, Pinnacle Leader. I will get this recording out as soon as possible, and let's put our heads down and get to work. God bless. Good day, everybody. Bye-bye.
KryptoGenex.